I'm glad that a lot of municipal commissioners, mayors, a lot of startups, everybody are there. I think this is the most important requirement of all this Swachh Bharat mission, Amrit mission, everywhere. This is not going to be, these missions are not going to get done if we don't collaborate in a very effective manner without frictions to deliver what we have to deliver. As far as Amrit is concerned, 2015, it was launched, the first phase. It was about water supply. What they did do, 500 cities were taken, class 1 cities. They developed capability of making a tender, letting it out. They ironed out all their capacity issues. Today, the most pressing issue for all of us is the capacity. I can give any amount of money, but the cities have less capability to absorb that money and translate it into infrastructure or operation and management infrastructure. So the most important requirement is how do we expand this space? This is where efforts like this, which is being made by government of Telangana, I really thank and congratulate Arvind Kumar Saab for taking such an initiative, that bringing all the stakeholders under one roof, where the innovations meet the traditions. And it has been a great learning that startups can become one of the major partners in solving all the problems of India, whether it is water sector, sanitation sector. But how do startups come in? It's easy to say. I can tell you, we launched a challenge of on May 12th is the last date. We launched a challenge in March. The whole idea was to invite startups. And for the first time, we had said that startups will be co-opted into the system without a tender method directly to work. Usually a challenge is launched, money is given and we are off it. But here is a system, we thought, where startups will associate with us with their capabilities to solve problems, and we will upfront fund 20 lakhs. The most important question which every startup asked is, getting money from government is so difficult. I agree totally. We are like, we want big things to happen, but the small things have to be paid attention to. That was brought to our notice by startups when they raised these queries. We have been talking to them. We didn't launch the challenge and forget it. In fact, we were slowly chasing each one of them, finding out what is that they are facing it as a difficulty. In that, we learned a lot from them. So the startups have said 3-4 issues. They said, first of all, when we spend, we cannot spend money. They are not so rich in cash. So how does the money flow? We said, yes, we will give you 5 lakhs advance out of 20 lakhs. Once you spend that money, at least 75% of it, we'll give you the next installment. So it is actually not reimbursement mode. It is actually upfront funding mode. So first apprehension which startups have. So this challenge, so far 76 startups have applied. And here we are not going to be very choosy, because we're not looking for excellence, we're looking for partners. So excellence will come in as a collective exercise, because any good technology, if the city doesn't accept it, how well it is going to be placed to solve a problem, we don't know. So it's important to have this partnership. So what we have said is 76 startups have applied. We have started analyzing those startups. Rest of the startups present here, please use it as an opportunity and apply. See, I don't say everything will change overnight, but definitely we'll see that you guys are onboarded. We will be having, one of the things we have said in our advertisement is, we will sit with you every month. At my level, I'll have one meeting, open house meeting with the startups. And this is a national challenge. The most important thing today is getting the stakeholders and interactors in a very seamless manner. This is what we are attempting in Amrut mission. Amrut 2 is all about water security. So that means rejuvenation of water bodies. That means conserving water. That means demand management. That means looking at water efficient output devices. That means we need to look at how governance plays a major role in managing the water demand and water conservation. Like, for example, reuse of water to be mandated as a policy. This is the mandatory outcome required of Amrut 2. Here we are taking up all the cities. All the cities are participating in Amrut 2. And they have built up their city water balance plans, where each city has, as it understands its water status, has put up the details of how much water it is requiring now, how much it will require in 2030, 2050, and what is the number of population, how many slum households are there, because slum households means it presents a different challenge. So the approach cannot be the same. So that is where, how does the wastewater and freshwater, sort of interact in terms of being a resource? How do you connect the wastewater when you are putting up a STP? There are 79 STP completed, 2100 MLD STPs already in place under Amrut 1. We checked all of them, and we had some good feelings and some bad feelings. So we saw the 50% of them are working well, but the 50% of them needed a little more care. But all this is for the city leaders, I'm saying. But here, I'm telling you, startups are low cost, high impact partners. You can onboard them. For national challenge, we're giving 20 lakhs to the startups. And it is going to be, I'm going to ensure that it is going to be a seamless and easy process. Here, we are not looking at great successes, but we are looking at success in the first place. It's very important. Even if I get 70% or 60% effort, I'll be considering this effort successful. Second thing I want to say is, see, Amrut Mission, yesterday I was just discussing with my team. 67,000 crores as project money has to flow into the cities in 5 years. That means 13,300 crores every year I have to release. Does our cities have the capability to ask for that and take it and then convert it into infrastructure? Please expand your contractors. Startups is one partner. The city leaders should look at contractors as another partners. They are not subordinates. They are not. Their work is as good as your work. If a manhole is not fitted correctly, you may be the excellent municipal commissioner here, but the work done on the field is actually of the capability of the contractor who may not be well trained, doing well, or is facing a problem because of our governance issues. So then the work which is shown is what they've done. We take pride in the work they do. So I need to emphasize on this part. Even startups which are involved in building capacities of contractors should be treated as partners. So that is also an area we are looking for. Your soft skills, your capacity building startups. These also can be part of this startup challenge. May 12th is the last date. Hurry up. 10 days more. And all of you are invited to apply. We would like, in the first phase, we are looking at mature startups. We are not looking at ideation level, not much. It's not that we are not looking at them, but I'm requesting be a little more mature startups should come on board. And we will definitely engage with you and get you on board. The second thing I wanted to tell you is, when we are doing a startup, some of you are not registered as startups, but we have requested that DPIIT registration, recognition as startup is important. Sorry for that, we cannot change that criteria now, but next round will be a little more inclusive in terms of how do we actually get partners, whether it is startups or aspiring startups, even they can be brought on board. So this is an opportunity where you work with cities. 20 lakh rupees is sanctioned at the national level, and all the states are also empowered to do this. All the state mission directors can do this challenge. It is part of the guidelines and onboard startups. But first, we are setting the path for all of you to follow. I'll come to this thing. Today, the water sector needs to weave in. See, rejuvenation of water bodies is not done by Jal Nigams. Parastatals look at only water supply and wastewater. So all of this need. I had a long session with all the contractors of wastewater treatment. Now, they have small issues, but these small issues are translating into inefficiencies to the extent of even 30-40% in the STPs. So we also need to know if a STP is going to get built, is there network getting built? And if a network is getting built, whether the connection is going to the household. Even this data management needs a startup intervention. What is that? How do we make it like a Swiggy app? I keep saying Swiggy app is so famous because you order and you get it. Even, Big Basket or whatever. Can we have water connections and sewer connections like that on an app for India? Can we have one app and everybody agrees to downscale the document requirement? So that is another area of intervention for startups, to make an app for the cities for the citizens to ask for water connections. Now, another area of importance is, see, today water can be conserved in many manners, but one of the initiatives which we are taking is Bharat Tap initiative. Bharat Tap initiative is nothing but we are looking at bringing in efficiency in the water output devices and also bringing in efficiency through various governance or digital methods to water supply and water usage overall. So now this initiative will be sort of formally announced by Honorable Minister shortly in the Plumbers exhibition. See, one more thing we are saying is Plumbers is going to happen in Delhi from 12 to 14. We have asked them to reserve stalls for 12 to 14 startups to showcase their technologies, because it is a private trading body association, the industry association, we've requested them, they've agreed. So if any one of you are keen to showcase your product there, I know it's all a lot of effort you have to put in. You're most welcome. That is also available. In Plummex, I request all the people who have come from various cities, mayors and municipal commissioners, please, if you can visit. But if you can't, send your technical teams. I think the city should send technical teams to look at 14th, this Plummex is going to be in Delhi. On 13th, we are formally organizing some curated visits to all the stalls. Now, when you come to such exhibitions, you see all the products which are available in the market in one place, and you can collect details. Of course, we'll also be documenting it softly and putting on Amrut portal. But my request is just be proactive, because many a times we are wedded to the technology because we are comfortable, not because it is efficient. Change is the biggest problem ever to take up easily. I would request that this is where we need to really shake up the way we have been looking at. Unless we do that, there is no way we are going to absorb this money. We may be committing, I mean, central government has committed this much money and releasing it as commits, but how much is that we are able to absorb? And the third thing is, can we look at even startups as water suppliers? Can we give a small quantum of water to a new company and ask them to supply and collect user charges under PPP mode, which has been mandated at Amrut in million plus cities? That is another opportunity we can look at. I think this is also, see, water sector somehow has been monopolized by government. Water sector cannot be privatized easily. I can tell you many countries have tried, and they have been but backlashes. But why can't we start to look at small quantum of water, treated, untreated, given to an entrepreneur and say, okay, you supply, you collect user charges, you will. So when a profit motive is attached, then they don't waste water also. Of course, we have to watch them. Profit motive should not dictate inequity in distribution. So that is another angle. How do you put water supply in slums to a household? Can it be under the ground? Should it be above the ground also? Can a pipe flow there? That is another area for startups to look at. So startups will be as successful as they would identify the real problems and pitch and work with the communities. Now that is very important. Waste treatment. Can it be done in the household? The wastewater treatment, can it be like the way now RO is done? Can we have a wastewater treatment module which is doable at that cost, and then that water can be just connected to, for example, washing machine? If you connect the washing machine water just to the commode, this thing, why can't it be done? So I think these are the areas. Not only looking at everything with a new eye in New India, doing what is required of us after understanding the problem. These sectors are not so easy. They are very, very technical. There is a lot of complexity in these sectors. Somehow we take it very simple. That cannot work on, and the only technical gaps we have can be filled up by technology providers, and those are startups, either digital or mechanical or civil, whatever. Even why can't we look at assemble? They say dusk to dawn operations. So you don't even get to see the operations going on during the day. Such kind of installation can be done. That you pick up a thing, you do it overnight, and you have a 10 KLD or 15 KLD operational this thing, and it is on an app, so you can ask for that water. Can we advertise? I'm going to put a concept in the Amrut portal. If your STP water is very good, it will be advertised, and it can be combined on an aggregated and an app, and it can be used for construction. Any industry can opt for it. So can we bring on an aggregated app? So these are some of the suggestions. I request all the startups to apply for this challenge. Chari Saab, you will ensure that, I think. And we will also have exhibition of selected startups, around 100 startups we are looking at to showcase. Again, and Chari Saab has been a great, putting in a great effort. Telangana government has been putting in great effort. It is the best ecosystem we have ever seen. I think, thank you so much for inviting me. It's a great opportunity. We can achieve everything, but the steps have to be small, precise, and understanding and technology driven. That is when we are going to achieve those goals. Otherwise, a lot of things can go on, but nothing will fall in place. Thank you so much. I see a lot of experts. Sunita Narayan ma'am, namaste. So thank you so much. And all the dignitaries on the dais, I'm grateful for this opportunity. And startups, please be our partners. Thank you.